Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. So, pretty wild day today. We saw a pretty nice gap down. You saw buyers come in right at the support level, and from there, we pretty much it was a nonstop buying spree. And once we got up to this resistance, I put on a SPY put trade here because we were running into it, and once we took it off, we went and we hedged that trade with a SPY call. And by the time we got out of it, there was really no harm, no foul. We were running. I'm not a big gap down trader. I can the gap ups. I can do it, and we're typically in the money pretty quickly with what we do. But the gap downs are crazy because you don't know if you're just going to get a gap down and then we're coming a bounce back up and then back down again. But we've seen a lot of these. But the overall picture really has not changed. This was our high yesterday. We made it a little bit higher right into the 66.83, the 62% retracement. If the bulls can get above that, then we're looking at a move up to the 67.20. As I've been saying, this is the line in the sand for the bears. If they get above that, they were probably coming up and going to be testing these highs again, but most likely coming up to the one target that the 6,800 that I've been talking about. But make no mistake, and this is especially for the moron that's on YouTube that keeps posting messages. I have not been calling a top. I've been saying that we need to be careful, but stay on the bull side with your foot, knowing exactly where the exit is. And we've been trading our quantum stocks. They've been going absolutely through the roof. And those are stocks that, we've been in those things since they were in single digits. So it's, when I say, we got to be careful of things, if the bulls get above it, we turn around and we just wait for the next resistance area and we start getting defensive there. But there is, in the not so distant future, I know probably that guy Ryan that's posting will be the one buying these dips the whole way down and most likely be bankrupt or out of money pretty quickly. But in any case, this is, we're coming up. This is that. I've been talking about the rounded top. That's how tops are made. Even if we come up and make another new high and then we're just going to have to come around, you can see how this is happening right here. So we're made it up to the 62% retracement. If we got held down at this 67.20 level, then you can see how that rounded top is starting to come. So that's what this is right now. And I've been doing this for too long. I know when you have people for every single dip asking where to buy, what they should buy. It's a recipe for not a good thing coming in the not so distant future. When it happens, I don't know. We have a cycle top date due soon. We're going to be watching it. I'm going to be being very conservative. Am I going to short the market? If we start breaking support, absolutely. Am I going to get out of all of the quantum stocks that were up 1,000% or 500%? I'll take a majority of it off, and from there, I'll let it ride. And if they come back down, which I believe most of them will drop 50% from where they are, because when you get moves that are moving up, 300-400% in a matter of weeks, it's not sustainable. So you take those, obviously the rips that we've been seeing, a couple of them I got way too early, didn't get out. I'm holding a very small position in them, but if, I would have held the positions that we had, heck, the fund is at 500,000 right now. So it's one of the things I just do. I follow my trading plan that I've had, and when we get these massive moves to the upside, I scale out of them, and you don't get hurt. You're still making money because you have a position in them. You're just not making as much. But once the top does come, those quantum stocks will be the first ones that probably get hit really, really hard, and we'll buy them on the cheap again. Not on the cheap, but at least on the downside, cheaper than where they are now. So the S&P, let's get back to this and do this. So here again, if the bulls can get above 66.83, this is the next line in the sand that you can see we have price resistance. right here, as well as the 78% retracement. If they get above it, just anticipate we're coming up to the 6760 or possibly up to the 6800. You can see on this move, this is a short term, but you can see we have some bearish divergences. This played into gear, and if we just take a look at another really short term here, you can see that we made it to the 38% retracement, had a decent bounce. But right here is, again, where we're going to be looking. If the bulls can get above these levels, then we're going to come up and test this. Again, if they get above it, then we're looking at a move up to the 6720 level. If they come down, this is going to be pretty important right here at the 6617, because it's price support as well as the 58% retracement from low to high. And if they lose that, we have this support right here. This is the initial gap down today. So the 6602, I would say, is really, really important for the bulls if they want to continue higher. If they take that out, obviously the 78% is the last line in the sand before we come back down here again. And this has an M pattern. And if that happens, then we're looking, we probably going to be looking for a move coming all the way down somewhere into the 6511. And we have this support. This will be the third time on it, 6511. And if they, they able to take it out and this support doesn't hold, then we could come all the way down to that 64.87 level. But we have, some gaps that are down here that have to be closed. But I think that's going to come during the cycle top date that we're looking for. And like I said, if that doesn't play out, so what? We're just, we stay on the long side and that's it. But, there's going to be a lot of people that just because of these moves, and if you remember in the premium report, I said this is exactly what I was anticipating, is that it gets like a popcorn thing where we're going up and down, but support is holding and it's bringing it back up. And once we do it, people like that Ryan are going to be buying all these dips and probably be getting panic selling when we get down to the 62, possibly even lower than that. And, that's when they're selling, that's when we're going to be buying. And that's the way it is. We did it at the exact lows in April. We were buying as everybody was panicking right here. That's how we got into a lot of the quantum stocks at right, they were 1,000% less than where they are right now. And this is the type of thing that we look for, is that when everybody is panic selling, we're buying. Are we picking a bottom? Yeah, we are. But that one worked out. Am I shorting right now? No. Am I saying that we could be making some type of important top, and from there heading back down into the 6,000s, anywhere from the 6,300 down to the 6,150, or even down to the 6,025? Yeah, I do think that's going to play out. I just think there's too many people out there that are, like I said, there's just no fear at all. We did get a little spike in the VIX and all that, but I just don't see it. With the phone calls I'm getting from people just asking, what do you think I should buy on this dip? There's no concern, and we've seen this before, or if you've been trading for a while, you've seen it before. And when everybody's just looking to buy, that's when they're going to pull the rug out. So that's really it. If this 50-day gets taken out, there's some support right here, but my guess we'd be coming down to the 6,300. So we got to keep an eye on this, because as much as saying that the top is going to come, during that top cycle point date that I've been telling you guys about, we could pop up to this 6702 level. And again, this is just way beforehand, but if you take a look, we could be making a head and shoulders pattern up here. And again, I have no idea if this plays out or not, but here's the pattern that it would look like is we bounce back up to this level here. Here's your head and shoulders pattern. The distance, if that was the pattern and it plays out, it's a pretty big move. We're talking about let me just get to here. Okay, so we're talking about a move coming down to the 6,300, and that's pretty much what I was just showing you here. That's the first fib support right there. And if that happens and we bounce up, and this is now used as resistance, that's where you're going to get those Ryans that are going to be buying, looking for to move up, and from there we continue lower, and we just wait for them to panic sell, and when they panic sell, we're going to go back to buying. So let's take a look at IWM here. Hang on one second, that's not the chart I wanted. Okay, so IWM, this was the leader, made a new all-time high. I missed this entire move. I actually thought when we were getting into this area here that we were going to, that was going to be the top, and then we come down and retest support. But this thing was just an absolute monster today from the open. So that went up, made new all-time highs. But what comes with that is we have some bearish divergences, but I'm not really too worried about those, because if we do get a move, if the S&P comes up and makes it up to the 6,800, my guess is you're going to see IWM trading all the way up into 252, possibly even up at a 255 level. So I'm not, I still think that if they have that last move up that sucks everybody in, Ryan, that's you, then that's going to be when they pull the rug out, and that's, you'll see IWM probably trading somewhere up into the 252 level. So support-wise, we're at some right here, 247. Gets below it. We have these moving averages here. Real support, price support comes in at right around that 244.70 level. So if it holds here, I would definitely be an interested buyer. If that gives way, then we're really looking at the next move coming down for IWM is going to be down to these levels here at the 241. So this is where if this holds and it bounces, I'd be long, but this would be where my stop is, because from there, then we're heading down to the 241 and possibly testing these lows here. Taking a look at the quantum stocks, yes, RGTI. That one, Ryan, we're in down here in April, all the way down at the a 10 marker, so that thing is up a lot. The RGTIW, again, we're in that at $2.50 in April. And that thing is all the way up at 50. And then we have the last one is that's had a little bit of trouble lately, but here it is, taking off to new all-time highs again, and that's QBTS. So again, QBTS was a $7 stock that we were in, and this thing is shot up. But again, these moves are, this one actually has not a bad chart thing. You can see moves up, pulls back, moves up, pulls back. So this is a better looking chart than this here. Okay, let's do this one right here. So, this is not sustainable. You're not going to get a move that goes from 17 up to 45 in a matter of 2 weeks. It's not sustainable. I would not buy this. I'd be waiting for it. We have a position. I have a position in it. It's small, but I wouldn't be adding anything up here. Let it just keep going. And then really the same with RGTI. That thing went from just on the 12th, it was at $20. Now trading up at 60. So I don't chase those. I use these to take some shares off, and we wait for the pullback. And I think we'll be able to buy these things back between this level, the 34 and the 28. That would be my level. That happens, especially if we do make that top that I'm looking for. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Ryan, I'm sure you're going to be leaving another post. Do it. You're probably not going to have any money next time, but sorry for all this, folks. But anyway, have a great night, and I will talk to you guys.